Curtis Blaydes and Derrick Lewis met Saturday night at UFC Fight Night 185 from the UFC APEX in Las Vegas, Nevada, and MMA on the Go has the results. Starting with the prelims, Serghei Spivaks put together a one-sided win against Vanderaa to earn his first stoppage win since joining the UFC. Spivaks earned the second round win by putting together a barrage of unanswered ground and pound shots that made the referee intervene. The finish came after 2 rounds where Spivaks completely controlled Vanderaa on the ground. Spivaks is now on a 2-fight win streak, with his previous bout being a majority decision win against Carlos Felipe. Eamon Zahabi snapped a 2-fight skid with a first-round knockout against debuting fighter Drako Rodriguez. Zahabi floored Rodriguez in the opening round with a right hook, giving him his first stoppage win in the promotion. Zahabi entered the fight after losing 2 of his past 3 bouts. He had last won in 2017, where he defeated Ronaldo Vieira via decision.
Eamon Zahabi!
The bout between Charles Skelly and Jamal Emmers was cancelled on short notice during Saturday's prelims. Emmers was forced out of the fight after major back spasms stopped him from competing. Casey O'Neill defeated Shana Dobson by TKO on round number 2. Casey O'Neill won her UFC debut on Saturday night, stopping Shana Dobson in the second round with ground and pound. O'Neill moved into full mount to land the fight-ending strikes that made the referee step in. She was able to keep Dobson on her back for most of the fight, coming forward and scoring takedowns throughout the 2 rounds of action. Julian and Erosa put together a slick combination of strikes to stop Landwehr in the first minute of their fight. Backing Landwehr up with shots, Erosa dropped him with a flying knee that made the referee stop the bout. Landwehr protested the stoppage immediately afterwards. The finish came after a hectic start to the bout that saw both fighters throwing wild punches.
Julian, Juicy J, Erosa!
John Castaneda stormed forward with a combination of punches that stopped Wineland late in the first round of their fight. After hurting Wineland with a right hand, Castaneda then scored with numerous strikes that dropped the veteran and caused the referee to step in. Castaneda was returning after earning his UFC debut win in 2020 against Nathaniel Wood. Jared Gordon earned a decision win over Chavez on Saturday after a smothering 3-round fight. Using his striking and takedowns, Gordon was able to control Chavez for most of the bout. The win was Gordon's second consecutive victory. His previous bout was a decision win against Chris Fishgold. Chavez entered the match with a 4-fight win streak that included 3 bouts on the regional scene. His last win was a UFC debut victory against TJ Brown. Before we finish the video, if you enjoyed this content, like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell to get the latest videos from MMA on the Go. Aspinall continued his undefeated UFC run on the main card by submitting veteran Andrei Arlovski in the second round with a rear naked choke. Aspinall scored a takedown just moments before securing the choke and earning a tap from Arlovski in the second round. The bout was also Aspinall's first win with a choke after 12 fights as a pro. The fight was only the 3rd time as a pro that Aspinall had fought beyond the first round. His 2 previous UFC fights saw him stop his opponents with punches in the first round. Takedowns and clinches earned Phil Hawes his second UFC victory on Saturday as the middleweight overcame the striking of Nasruddin Imavov in a majority decision. Hawes kept Imavov defending throughout the fight with takedown attempts and work on the ground. Hawes was especially hurt in the closing moments of the bout, as Imavov was seemingly teeing off on him with punches before the round expired.
Phil Megatron Hawes!
Chris Daukaus continued his streak of first-round stoppage wins with a victory against Alexei Oleinik. After stinging Oleinik with a right hand, Daukaus landed over a dozen shots before the referee stopped the fight. Daukaus now has 3 wins in his rookie year in the UFC. He made his promotional debut in 2020 with a win against Parker Porter. His second bout lasted less than a minute, as he made quick work of Rodrigo Nascimento. Derrick Minor outgrappled Charles Rosa for a unanimous decision victory on the main card. Minor was able to score takedowns in all 3 rounds and then look for submissions on the round against Rosa. Minor dropped Rosa early in the second round with punches. Minor followed Rosa to the ground after, attempting submissions and keeping control over him for most of the time. While Minor looked for submissions, Rosa was also able to get him in trouble with armbar attempts.
Derrick Minor!
Yanak earned a decision victory in the co-main event, taking 2 out of 3 rounds against Ketlin Vieira. Vanderaa had scored numerous takedowns and put down more control time in the bout, although Kunitskaya was more active with strikes on the ground. Vanderaa was cut by an elbow in the closing seconds. Damage from the blow caused heavy bleeding afterwards. Derrick Lewis landed a perfectly timed uppercut to knock Curtis Blaydes out in the second round of their main event fight. The fight-ending shot came after Blaydes was seemingly shooting for a takedown, leaving himself open for a punch in the moment. The opening round of the fight saw both fighters connect with shots. Blaydes started to look for takedowns come the second round. Lewis saw his shot coming as Blaydes was pursuing takedowns.